Did you see a differential treatment in the industry?
So many times I've been rejected because I did.
Really?
Thank God I'm not a part of that film.
You were not given opportunities.
Am I an actor and I'm in it?
You were literally snubbed.
I channelize all that energy in my performance.
What actually had happened?
और कितना prove करूँ मैं? You know, how much do I prove? Thank you, Papa, because I hope that next time when we do an interview for a Telugu film, we have this conversation in Telugu.
Many more Telugu films also, so that we do interviews for Gulte.
Yeah.
If you ask me, I'm immensely proud of what she's achieved. Because she started from nowhere and she's reached a place where everybody in India today knows who Mrunal Thakur is. And while today we celebrate her birthday, she's with me, working, promoting her next release. Sita Ramam, hello, hello.
Hi.
Sita ji, how are you?
I am wonderful because, you know, for an artist, it's so important to do the things that they love doing on their birthday. And here I am promoting my film Sita Ramam, which is coming out in like few days, and I'm super thrilled. Super thrilled also because you are here in Hyderabad. So welcome to Hyderabad.
Thank you.
Ela unnaru. Bagunnaru.
How do I answer that? I was supposed to ask you that.
Yeah, but
Ela unnaru, how are you?
I am Bagunnaru.
देखो मैंने सीख लिया थोड़ा.
Yes,
I've learned.
you're very good at it.
है ना? So welcoming you to Gulte.com, and this is my first for Gulte. So of course, what better way to start? Thank you, Mrunal, for joining us.
Yeah, I'm super happy.
Nenu Miku Premustunnanu is how I'm gonna start.
Nenu Miku Chala Premustunnanu. Like, I love you a lot.
But Mrunal, you know, this is your Telugu debut.
Yes.
How did this fall in place? Like, today everybody wants to work in different languages because the language barrier has been like quashed, literally.
Yeah.
So how did this happen? How did this fall in place?
You know, this actually happened while I was filming for Jersey. And one interesting story I got to know that how the casting of Sita happened. Everything started in 2018. Okay, we go long way back where Sonia was screened at Melbourne Indian Film Festival in Melbourne.
What a film.
Where Love Sonia was the opening film, and the next film was Mahanati. So Nagi sir was there, and I think that's where we met also briefly.
Tab se,
but this film was like they didn't know this movie was not even in conversation at that point of time. But later when I met Dutt Saab, he was mentioning that Nagi sir actually wanted me to be a part of his film. But Vaijayanti Films was making Sita Ramam, and they needed a Sita. So, when they discussed about me, they said, no, we want Mrunal for Sita. And I felt like it's Sita who chose Mrunal and not Mrunal chose Sita. So, I'm so happy that this character came to me because, you know, Nayan, there are like once in blue moon these characters are written in a decade. And I think the best way to begin my Telugu, journey is by playing Sita and Sita Ramam.
I have to ask you this, that you know, today do you feel that roles written for women have changed, have altered?
Absolutely, and I'm so happy to be entering in that era, in that phase of say Bollywood or Tollywood or say Indian films, Indian cinema, as far as Indian cinema is concerned. There are larger than life characters being written for women, and it's really nice that we did have women in that era also living way ahead of their time, which we never celebrated. I think this is the right time to celebrate those women, and what is more important is, Nayan, that something was missing then. I think it is abhi wo pura ho gaya, you know, for me.
Because there are so many women actually not ready to settle for any less.
Yeah. And this is something like, you know, I have like when I was preparing for Sita's character, I have taken down qualities of Sita from Madhu Raja, who used to play my Dadi in Kumkum Bhagya. Also because she belongs to that era, and you know, she's seen the partition in Lahore, and you know, she is from that, the perfect time, the perfect person who I can resemble or who I can refer to. And she is my Sita, you know, as far as Grace is concerned, and she's so independent, she's very decisive. And I remember the first time I saw Madhu Raja, she was driving a car at the age of 76, coming on sets by herself, which was like living an independent life, and I feel like Sita is one of them. So I'm really happy that through Sita Ramam we are celebrating women of that era who are way ahead of their time.
Mrunal, you come from a very humble middle class background. Regardless of where you've reached, you retain that side to you. In the beginning, when you started off, dreams, for middle class families, dreams are all that you have.
Yes.
And you work towards your passion and your dreams because you need to fulfill them, because there's nobody else who can do it for you. In the beginning, were there days where you felt like you are living too large, you are having too large a dream, and people kept coming and telling you that, this will never get true?
Yeah, there is a saying in Marathi, I'll say that, which is, आपले पाय तितकेच पसरवायचे जितकी चादर असेल. Translation in English, like you should only spread your legs that much jitna blanket hai, looking at the size of the blanket. Do not aim for bigger things, so because it will crush your dreams and it will crush you, the kind of human you are, and it will hurt you and disappoint you. And I realized that dreams is what we live for, and my dream is not just to be an actor. My dream is to be known as the global actor who not just entertained audience in Hindi or Marathi or Telugu or Malayalam, but I want to entertain them in French, Spanish, English, whichever language possible.
True.
Because when I was growing up, Nayan, at the age of 4 or 5, I used to hide from my mother and watch television on mute because we were not allowed to watch TV then. So, and without sound also, I would understand what drama is going on, and I realized that what matters the most is the storytelling, irrespective of the language. So I just want to break that as a barrier, and I just want to go places. I want to make people proud. I want to make my family proud. And every time Dad asks me, when did you learn? When did you learn Telugu? When did you learn Bihari? When did you learn this thing? I mean, I don't even know. It's how come? Like, he wanted, like, they were very happy when I started with television career, and they're like, this is safe, this is nice, this is not that, crazy, but these dreams, the kind of people I've met throughout my journey so the amalgamation of everybody's dream, I've like taken bits and pieces and I've like put it like, imbibed.
Absolutely.
And I feel like I have the capability to do better and perform, not just perform better, but be a part of such iconic stories which will reach out to the world and just evolve people, and the girls especially, because I want them to just conquer the world without thinking anything. And I think this is it. I always knew when I would wake up that I want to do something extraordinary. I did not know what till I became an actor, and now I have decided that I will only be a part of such great, fabulous stories which would change the way people think and perceive things and make this society a better place to live in.
At the same time, now, do you remember the first few rejections that you had? Did it break you?
So many. It took me 8 years to face the big screen, to come to the big screen. It did break me, but I mean, वो कहते हैं ना कि झुकेंगे पर टूटेंगे नहीं. So that was the situation. I knew that not necessary that you need like a big banner. What is also necessary today is to be a part of a good you need the content is the king and the queen. So I realized that maybe in Bollywood that was not possible for me. I had really big hopes, having that launch and everything. That did not happen, but what came to me was this beautiful story of
But at one
Sonia.
point it was actually happening.
It
You
was.
were in talks for Sultan and Thugs and
Thugs.
everything. You were going to get launched with those big films.
Yes, but everything has its own way. So I'm happy where I am today. I think if I value my journey more because I do not have those projects. Like if I would have done those films, maybe I wouldn't value my journey as much. The jump from being nobody to being a star, उसको अगर थोड़ा time लगता है ना, तो you enjoy how you enjoy one bite on that thali. I want to like enjoy the journey because I realize that the ultimate success, like the release date is everything. But when Tufan released or Jersey released or Super 30 released, I felt like my journey was more precious than the release itself. And I somehow looked back and I was like, I miss this. I miss working hard. I miss going to audition. I miss rejections, because rejections makes you
What were the meanest things said to you?
go back to television.
This was told to you.
Yeah, or nothing is going to happen here. You're wasting your time. When I quit television, people were like, "You're an idiot quitting television, because why do you want to be a small fish in a big sea, in a big ocean?" You know. But I was like, it's my journey, it's my life. I want to just like take that risk. You never know. If it happens, it's great. If it doesn't, I don't want to blame myself. Like Geet
Yeah.
from Jab Bhi Main. You know, I don't want to take that risk कि नहीं हुआ तो ठीक. I mean, I can't sit at home, yaar.
Yeah.
I have to go out and take that one opportunity and make sure that I give my 100%.
You know, Mrunal, like you said, ki as an actor, you of course want, if not dream only, you also want and desire for a big launch, because that puts a certain amount of leverage to your career, no matter
Yes.
what happens.
It does.
So initially, when those two films didn't work out, did that bother you or bog you down? Because it was not like it was not happening. It was happening and then it didn't happen. So that's a different kind of a like.
You know, God's been so kind that the filmmakers that I've met, जिनके साथ the film did not happen, but the journey was so beautiful that they trained me, they groomed me, and it's not possible without them. So I actually owe them a big thank you, because they trained and groomed me. It kind of helped me for Love Sonia, and like I mentioned, God's been kind. He immediately, if those two films did not happen, God immediately gave me Love Sonia, and I lost a lot of weight for the film that I was prepping for, that big banner film. But that thing was used in Love Sonia. I had to look 17, and I looked 17 at the age of 24, which was the biggest challenge for me. And
what a film.
And what a film, what a role. I mean, imagine, because of Love Sonia, I did Sita Ramam, yaar.
Yeah, from there to here.
From there to here.
But even when Love Sonia was releasing, it was not even getting a release date. It was we were shown the film so much before, so much in advance. We loved the movie, but of course it had its own niche audience, and I remember that you guys were not getting a release.
We didn't have money to do PNA, and I wish that Love Sonia had released now, where we have OTT platform and stuff like that, where people encourage more real stuff, and they are open to watch something that's relatable.
Yeah.
So it's okay. Everything has its own journey and own fate. So whatever it is, I'm really happy where my career has shaped up, the way it's shaped up like. And having said that, it took me like today, like it's my birthday today, and somebody asked me, why are you working today, Mrunal? You should just take a day off.
I said the same.
Yeah, but I really enjoy doing. I think when they say roll camera action and then cut ke beech mein, I live a different life. It's like a parallel universe that I go to, like a better upside down world. But what a world, yaar. And I'm really happy where I am at today.
Also, today is a space where outsiders are getting recognition for their talent. Even 10 years earlier, it would have been a little more difficult than it is today to break into the whole mold,
Yes.
like you said. Did you face any of that? Were there roles that you thought you were being auditioned for, and people were planning to cast new faces, and then suddenly some established face or somebody who already had industry connections got it?
Yeah, it happens all the time. It happens based on your Instagram followers also.
What?
Yeah, like if someone has better fan following, then people would want to cast that person, because the reach of the film becomes, there are so many fans coming watching the movie. This is one secret that I've just spelled.
This has been told to you?
This has been, so many times I've been rejected because I did not have fan following on Instagram. And I've thought, what is this drama, or what is this IG drama? Like, that's when people started focusing so much on IG and all of that. Suddenly I forgot, am I an actor and I'm an influencer? There's so much confusion going on. But having said that, there are genuinely few great filmmakers who will cast you for who you are and what you are offering to that character. and trust me, I've been blessed. I've been really grateful for playing be it Supriya, Sonia, Sita. Oh my God, this is all SSS. Sonia from Dhamaka. Oh my God, I did not know that.
S connection.
It is some S connection.
But what did you lose out on a film because of somebody's industry
I
connection?
did so many times, but it's for better. When I watched the film, I'm like, thank God I'm not a part of that film.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you see a differential treatment in the industry, in the media, among everybody, towards you and towards somebody who maybe belongs to a family?
See, listen, I feel like obviously because people are more excited about what's happening in Star Kid's life, and genuinely even I am more excited. So when they have maximum, and I feel bad for them, yeah, poor guys, yeah, they all the time they have cameras on them, but they work extremely hard. Like I have few friends who are, who Star Kids, and they work so hard. Nayan, I must say that people only talk things about how privileged they are, but I don't think people see the fact that how much hard work, pressure, constant cameras on them. Their life is difficult. It's difficult.
I remember that one incident at an award show where you were literally snubbed, and I don't think you were allowed to you were given the time to complete your speech, right? That had also happened.
Yeah,
right?
that had happened, but it's okay. It kind of ignites the fire within me to perform better. I channelize all that energy in my performance.
What actually had happened?
I won some award, and my father was very excited to hear my speech. I thought they were giving me the mic. They said next, and I was like, am I not supposed to say my speech? Because in the car my dad was like, who all will you thank? And I was very happy he was very happy when I told him that I want to thank you, Papa, because it's literally him. Listen, you know what, that speech didn't happen, but this can happen. I just want to say, Dad, thank you for having for trusting me and letting me chase my dreams, because I think without you, I am nobody, and I think this far I have reached is only because of your support and love, and I am just so blessed to have you guys.
But from the time you started, you worked with all the biggies in big films. You have seen a zone where people have not been nice to you, where you have as much talent, you are not given opportunities. So that was a different kind of struggle. But today, when a film like Jersey releases, and I told you what I thought about the film, and I genuinely mean it, not because you're a friend, but I think everybody who watched the film loved you and loved Shahid and loved everybody else in the movie. But the fate of the film at the box office didn't turn out to be as expected.
Yes.
When things like that happen, does it affect you? Do you go into a shell? Do you take a few days to come out of that?
Yes. In fact, I was a little bummed about it, but if you see the circumstances that we were in, we had COVID happening, the entire industry was affected by it, and obviously I wouldn't want my audience to risk their health and come to the theatre. So I think at that point of time, the timing went a little bit off. It did affect us because we do work on a film for like 2 to 3 years under crazy circumstances. But it's easier for people to compare the films, and the critics. Now you see there are so many critics, so everyone has their own opinion, which I'm okay with. I feel everybody has the right to decide what's good, what's bad.
Yeah.
But I feel like you should not compare a film with any other film. I'm not just talking about Jersey, but even Tufan got compared so many times, and especially the critics that I love the most. I don't know. I don't think they like me for some reason. But the only thing I believe and I appreciate is the fact that my audience, the honest feedback I get from them.
Why do you say that they don't like you?
Because they always. I felt it was a biased feedback or critic or opinion, which I don't think I've ever spoken about it. But of course, as a human, it does affect us. We are humans after all. Like we have emotions after all. I just want to say that it took me a while to get meaty roles. Like I had to prove it again and again and again, to a point where I felt like, और कितना prove करूँ मैं, how much do I prove? So finally now, I think after Jersey, after Tufan, I am getting roles which are solo, like women centric and stuff. But again, just because it's a women centric film, I don't want to do it. I want it to be able to relate it with who I am, and if I am able to relate with the character, that's when the audience will relate it with the character too. So I'm just taking one day at a time, and Nayan, you know how choosy I'm very particular about what character I play. Nice. So now the directors are having, showing belief and coming up with scripts which is not in that same, which is out of the box.
Finally, do you remember, like today you've reached a stage where people will behave a certain way with you because you've created a position for yourself. But even when you did TV, of course the TV tag is something that haunts a lot of TV actors. Some of them even want to get out of that tag, and they don't want to be considered a TV actor anymore. You are not that person. You've been given the tag, but you've always proudly worn it. Do you remember days in TV where people were unkind to you? And also, of course, there are your friends also, some of your friends from the industry also, who are proudly wearing the TV tag, and there are also people who don't want that tag. Do you think it's also because of those actors that that TV tag has become a big issue?
I'll tell you what I feel. Okay, I do not focus on what people say. They are like, ye to TV actor and this and that. I was like, yes, it's a big part of my life. How do I just vanish? I can't turn the vanish mode on like that, no. And today I feel, talking specifically about Hyderabad and Chennai and Kochi, when I was doing my promotional press junket, people would love me and they were like, Ammu, 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 and I was like, what is this? This is so much love. So I took all those negative feedback and I was like, forget it, I don't care. This is my foundation, this is my base, and I actually learned how to be an actor on the sets of television, and I really want to I take immense pride in being a TV actor. There's no harm in it. All the people who say the comments like, you don't deserve it and all, thank you.
You've proved all of them wrong, and I'm pretty sure with this movie you're gonna add another feather to your cap because it's also your Telugu debut.
Yes.
And I'm hoping that you act in many more languages and many more Telugu films also, so that we do interviews for Gulte.
Yes, I'm so excited. Now I've started learning Telugu as well, and I hope that next time when we do an interview for a Telugu film, we have this conversation in Telugu.
That is also, then I also have to learn.
Yes.
Remember that.
It's easy.
Okay, chalo.
Chala easy.
Thank you so much
Thank you,
for
Nayan.
doing this, and happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Thank you.